Welcome back to Crystal Lightworkers podcast. In this series, Crystals and Subtle Energy of Life, we explore subtle energy, crystals, and how they interact with your personal field. Today, we'll focus on crystals for mental clarity and focus, how certain stones can help quieten the mind, enhance concentration, and support mental balance. Why mental clarity matters. Mental clarity allows us to make better decisions, stay focused on tasks, process emotions and experiences clearly, reduce mental clutter and stress. Lack of clarity of mind can lead to overthinking, confusion or indecision, mental fatigue and overwhelm, and disconnection from the intuition. Metaphysically, the mind is linked to the stomach and the digestion, how well we digest our food and our thoughts, our words and our actions. Working with crystals for the mind will enhance the solar plexus and the third eye chakras, including the intention of aiding alignment to your focus. Setting an intention to aid your focus is a great way to strengthen your energy and become more productive, decisive, and less concerned about what others think of you. A splintered focus creates a misalignment with the universal manifestation process and will create insecurities and instability. When you can truly focus on the present moment and become lost in the moment, magic really does happen. A splintered focus is when you are thinking about one thing, but then considering another, and then a creative idea or a spark will take your interest elsewhere. And this is basically when your mind is moving around like a monkey, and that is the misalignment with the universal manifestation process, because the universe is going to reflect the fact that you actually haven't got a stability within your focus. And focus is energy, and where you are sending your energy will start the manifestation, then it'll stop and move, and then you'll start, and then it'll stop, and then it'll move. So you'll never actually truly manifest a strong foundation for what it is that you're trying to create. You start to connect to the creator mind when you start to become more focused and allow the splintering of your focus to merge into one and become more centered in your being and the present moment and what it is that you're doing. You transcend the static interference of the daily dross of life and find a perfect alignment that takes you into another dimension. A dimension is a level of awareness where you can find inspiration and become the instrument of your divine aspect. So what does that actually mean, become an instrument of your divine aspect? Let me explain. A very, very good dancer once said to me, "I don't dance, I am danced." And looking bemused at her, she explained, "I get lost in the music and the music moves me, and I allow my body to react to the movement of the music. So therefore I am not trying to dance, the music is just moving me and I am being danced, not the other way around where I am trying to create a dance." And I realize that as a good teacher, I personally align with my higher self and find that I am often listening to myself as the words flow through me, and I am being spoken through by my higher self, bypassing the thinking process. I've also spoken to artists who say they get lost in their subject matter and express the divine that they see within their focus. So learning how to focus the mind aids transformation in so many ways. It brings stability. It helps with the process of knowing instead of thinking. It affords the mind to rest in peace, but still be actively participating in life and create within a divine productivity. So there's no mind initiating the process. You are just being and allowing the creative energy to inspire and move you in whatever way feels right for you. And that's why there are so many great artists in whatever genre, because each of us will produce our own divine connection and interpretation of that divine and fill the world with these beautiful inspirations in the manifest world. Now, it sounds easy, doesn't it, to focus the mind? But mystics have spent many years trying to calm and still the mind. And I'm here to tell you that crystals can help, and placement of said crystals will help further. So let's look at which crystals to use first. Crystals for focus and clarity. Crystals can support mental clarity by aligning your subtle energy, filtering distractions, and boosting focus. So here are a few recommendations that are particularly effective to aid mental sharpness and focus. Let's start with citrine. Citrine is an amplifier and will sharpen and increase focus. It's great for students taking exams and those who need to be alert. Hematite is known for its ability to improve memory, focus the mind, and anchor awareness into the present. Amethyst. Amethyst soothes and calms the mind. It purifies negative thinking and subliminal reactions to programming. It supports spiritual insight and intuition. Sodalite encourages mental order and rationality. And fluorite, with its cubic formation, brings mental organization and productivity through fluidity. And I often wondered about fluorite. How does it manage to relax and at the same time get so much done? Through the observation of working with fluorite, you start to find an organization, a mental organization that occurs when you call on the spirit. And you really do become more productive because you slow down and everything just flows in an organized formation as opposed to a chaos. So fluorite is great for anyone who has a chaotic mind. Aventurine. Aventurine will soften hard thoughts. Those thoughts that maybe I have to do, I've got to do, I should have done, going on inside of you. Aventurine is brilliant. It will soften those thoughts and help you mentally see life as being easy and not a struggle. And then the thoughts that are within you, allow yourself more time to integrate the thoughts and relax and not rush things. So how do crystals work to do this? They resonate with your mental wavelengths by aligning the mind with the gift of the crystal. So everything we've just spoken about is emitting an energy, and when you use them with purpose, you can align that frequency with the wavelength of your mind and create the desired outcome. You still need to make sure that you cleanse your crystal and look after them as they get impregnated with low vibrations, just the same as they do when you're working with emotional residue. And that then can impede the process and the benefits of the crystals. So cleanse your crystals regularly. They act as subtle vibrational guides, calming overactive thoughts, stimulating creative thoughts, and streamlining splintered thinking, depending which crystal you have chosen. They can also strengthen your focus, which avoids losing your power to others and stops you worrying. It improves your memory and decision-making and invokes confidence, which means I cannot make this podcast without mentioning pyrite. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold. Oh my goodness, we love pyrite. It impregnates a wonderful energy of I am worth it. So mentally, you then go into a whole different category because you're exuding the energy of I'm worth it. I am the best. Choose me. Subliminally, this energy will be in your energy field and emitting out into the atmosphere. And many of my students have successfully gained new jobs and placements with pyrite on their person because it also aids confidence. And you find that the potential employer, person that is interviewing you for whatever reason, will also feel that energy and recognize that you are very, very good. The beautiful spirit of pyrite says, look at me as I am an amazing, real gem. So working with crystals can really change your energy field and the way you think about yourself, the way you think about life, the way you focus. It helps alleviate illusions that have been created because of belief systems. Now, if you find that you have an overactive mind, the energy locks situated on your cheekbones, either side of your nose, are a great placement to put the crystals. And if you only have one crystal of whichever crystals you wish to work with, then place one on the right side for a few moments and then swap it over to the left side. And you may find that one side you feel you want to keep the crystal there longer than on the other side. But if you have two, then pair them up either side on your cheekbones and leave them there for approximately 20 minutes. Also, ladies, it is also the energy lock that helps with uplifting the face. So it's sort of like a mini facelift. So placing the crystals either side of the nose on the cheekbones is great to work with the energy lock that is linked to overthinking and allowing your mind to be in that peace and quiet, and therefore you are more capable of connecting to the inspiration and the divine aspect inside of you. Also, if you need to make decisions and you want help from the Crystal Kingdom, here's a few ways that I might suggest you do so. Meditate for focus. Hold a clear quartz, breathe deeply and visualize mental clarity. And remember, the quartz is an amplifier, so it will amplify the clarity. So the more you focus on amplifying the clarity, seeing your mind as clear, then the more the crystal will amplify and help you do so. Put a crystal on your desk or worktop. Keep amethyst or citrine nearby while working or studying. A beautiful druze of either amethyst or citrine also looks good as an ornament on the desk. Crystal jewelry or pocket stones. A necklace, earrings, ring, or just a pouch of crystals selected to help you with mental focus will bring continuous support throughout the day. Morning intention. Marry morning intention with the vibration of the crystal and watch the magic happen. Hold your crystals close to you and set a focus-related intention. Maybe something like, I invite clarity and focus into my mind today. Reflect at the end of the day and just see how successful your crystal has been. How do you recognize the improved clarity that the crystals have given you? So signs that your crystals are actually working are that your thoughts feel calmer and more organized, that you're not permanently in a rush, that your mind is not rushing you through the day, that you're taking your time to be focused on one thing at one time and fully present. You may find that you're having it easier making decisions, a deeper connection to knowing what is right for you and what is not right for you, and becoming more empowered. Another way is recognizing that you have reduced mental fatigue and distractions. Distractions used to drive me nuts. I'd sit down and start writing or creating a course, and then the phone would go, or then somebody would talk to me. It was a reflection that my focus was splintered, that my focus wasn't aligned to the moment, and I would procrastinate because I'd always have something else to do. And that is splintered focus. So once I recognized I had splintered focus and sat down and allowed my splintered focus house room and then say, right, okay, now I realized that my mind wants to do X, Y, and Z all together. We're just going to focus on X. We're going to sit here and we're going to relax and just focus on one job at one time, and used crystals to help me. And I found hematite was extremely advantageous to help me do that. And it improves creativity and problem-solving skills. So a good daily practice for focus, a simple routine would be to start the day with a brief meditation holding your crystal. Place your crystal on your desk or your person and become more mindful of how you are reacting mentally, how well you focus, and how easy it is for you to make good decisions during tasks. Take short, mindful breaks with the crystals to reset your focus regularly throughout the day until eventually your focus is so in line you won't need to do that. Journal any insights or observations related to clarity and mental energy. Here is a short guided meditation or moment that you could use to clear the mind. Choose any of the crystals that we've mentioned or one of your own choosing and place it in your hand with a particular intention. And then place that crystal on your cheekbone or on your third eye. If you're working on your cheekbone, then swap it over and make sure you use the crystal on the other side as well so that you feel balanced at the end of the exercise. Close your eyes and take some slow, deep breaths and visualize your thoughts forming as a soft, flowing light. See any cluttered, hard, repetitive, or overwhelming thoughts gently dissolving into the crystal's energy. And stay present just for 2 or 3 minutes, simply observing the clarity and the focus that emerges. And the way I like to do it is to imagine that my mind is a cloud, and that all of the clutter is the cloud, and that I'm looking for blue skies. And I imagine the clouds just breaking up and drifting away and leaving me with blue skies in my mind. Whichever way works for you is right. There is no wrong or right. These are just opportunities for you to try and see what works for you. So in conclusion, crystals are wonderful allies for mental clarity, focus, and balanced thinking. By consciously working with them, you can quieten the mind, enhance decision-making, tune into a gentler inner voice, and feel more aligned with your inner guidance. So stay tuned for the final discussion in this series of crystals and the subtle energy of life, where we'll explore living energetically by integrating crystals into our daily life. Thank you for listening to our podcast today, and please share this episode or leave a review to help others discover subtle energy and crystals. Until next time, stay clear, stay focused, and let your energy flow freely.